All right, we're live now. Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. It's our first class for 2024, and we're meeting after 2 weeks. So I'm really excited to see all of you, and also refreshing to see a lot of new people. So I welcome all of you on behalf of the HU community. I know this is sort of first class, and a lot of you are coming from a totally different background and joining from many different countries, right? So some of you may already know a lot of Hindi, some of you are completely beginners, and maybe your New Year resolution is to make a new language. So for this class, our goal is to basically introduce you to the entire HU platform, Hindi University platform, and the different processes and the things that we have within that. And by the end of this class, our goal is that you will be familiar with the entire ecosystem, the HU processes that we have set up together. And I know some of you may have a lot of questions, but my goal is usually I ask a lot of questions throughout the class. We will still do it, but if you give me some time, the first half an hour, my goal is to kind of go over a slide deck, which will walk you through, things that you should know for this year. And the next half an hour, we have many advanced students, as well as Hindi University host. They will walk you through about the different practice sessions that we have. So with that in mind, let me sort of share my slide deck that we have, and let me know if you can all see it. And hopefully give me a thumbs up if you can all see it. Yes, everyone? Okay, good. All right, wonderful. So, what is HU? You may wonder, right? Hindi University has been a non-profit initiative, and we've been there selflessly augmenting Hindi learning for the past 17 years. And throughout the years, I've seen the community grown so much, and it's amazing to see how the value is being added by people from all walks of life. So that's about Hindi University. It's a vibrant community of Hindi language learners, and we have students from over 40 countries. And I can tell you some of the, when I started, I didn't even know the name of some of the islands, like Guadeloupe. I didn't know about it, but when I learned from the students, I also augmented and learned more about the world and people and their curiosity, and so it's been an amazing journey. Okay, to my knowledge, and I've been doing it for 17 years. It's the largest Hindi learning platform, which is open source and making the language learning free for everyone, regardless of their level. It doesn't expect you to know any Hindi, or have any sort of background of Hindi or Devanagari script. Not at all. Like if you have starting from day one, it is the platform for you. Okay, it is the platform which has made the Hindi language learning fun, simple, and it has deconstructed the language learning process. Okay, so that's a little bit about Hindi University. And as time progresses, you will learn and know about all the amazing people who are working selflessly in this journey. Okay. Um, so this is an important piece. This is a very commonly asked questions. When do we meet? And people who watch the videos, a lot of time they just learn about the Hindi University because they watch some videos and they're like, how do I join the class, or can I join the class? Yes, if you're watching it, you can absolutely join the class. Okay, you can join it every Sunday 8 a.m., which is the time on the Pacific coast, the California region of the United States. So there are different, I'll show you like a website which helps you translate the time on your region if you have difficulty finding time in your region. Okay, so you can calculate your local time and join. It's very easy. Okay, and not just the Sunday class, I'll walk you through about how to join the practice sessions that we have as well. Okay, so yes, you can join the Sunday class, and all you need is some curiosity, and you need the Zoom link, which right now most of you join through Zoom are already familiar with it. But I do provide the Zoom link here. You can click on the Zoom link and you will be there, in the Sunday class. Okay, and we have different, programs in place, like such as the WhatsApp group. A lot of the new students, a lot of you got enrolled through this WhatsApp group. And it's very important that we have some of the like the internal WhatsApp group as well. So once you are in the system, we'll walk you through that as well. But for all the new people who don't know, who are watching it live right now and do not know how to join the Zoom session, this is the Zoom link. And if you can scan this, the code that you see on your screen, this is the 2024 WhatsApp group, which I use to enroll a lot of new students. Okay, so I encourage you to join that. That way you will get reminded about the class that we have. Okay. The next thing is like, I may not be able to join the Sunday class, right? How do I participate? Or I may have some commitment on the Sundays. What do I do? All sessions are recorded. They're available on Facebook as well as the Hindi University YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. And you will find over 600 Hindi videos from complete beginners to advanced, and even this class will be recorded there. So in case if you have some commitment and you cannot join it, you can always watch the recording. You can also pair up with the existing student that we have, and they will definitely help you out. Okay. Next thing, right? So just I hope you were able to scan the WhatsApp group. Is very important. I didn't. Okay, so one option is you can click on this link that you see, which is the WhatsApp link, chat.whatsapp.com. The other one is you take the camera and scan this, and that will take you to the WhatsApp group. Okay. Next thing, what is the prerequisite? Another commonly asked question. I do not know Devanagari, or I learned Hindi from my other teacher more than 5 years ago, and I have forgotten a lot about it. Because in the Sunday classes, students from all levels join, it's hard for me to use a lot of Devanagari, right? So I use a script called Romanagari, which is sort of like, I write it in English, but it's Hindi. This is just so that, your brain is not simultaneously processing two things, the Hindi script and the Hindi comprehension. But the practice session that we have, we have definitely advanced practice sessions. So if your goal is to really learn through Devanagari, we will help you with that and will guide you to the proper channel as well. But for the benefit of everyone, I keep it relatively simple. So even if I'm going over the advanced Hindi concept, I will still use the Romanagari. And throughout the class, I will write, Devanagari as well. But most of the stuff is written in the Romanagari. In between, we will have, the words or the new words or sentences that I have, I'll write it in Devanagari as well. Okay. Okay, so no knowledge of the prior knowledge of the script is required. In the class, I'll go over more details, but there's a lot of comprehension as well. So while I may not be writing in Devanagari, I'll be reading a lot of passages in Hindi. Okay, and I use a technique where I read it slowly, like very slow pace, so that you can process the Hindi parts. Okay, and the same paragraph I read it 2-3 times, sometimes at the pace as the native speaker would speak, just so that you get used to hearing those sounds. Okay. Most of the material will be provided, right? So whether it is the Sunday class or the practice sessions that we will have, you don't really have to think about, oh, what do I need to do? Do I need to buy 10 different books? No, you don't have to. Okay. I will still provide the link of the most commonly used books, but there's no prerequisite that you must buy them. Okay, in case if it is hard to get it shipped in your country or your place. Okay. One thing is the practice sessions that we have, we'll talk about it, they are not recorded. So only the Sunday classes are being recorded as of now. Practice sessions are sort of like the smaller groups, which are very focused on a particular theme. A theme could be that they want to augment the reading. The theme could be they have picked up a book that at Hindi University we picked it, and now they want to go and systematically dig deeper, and within themselves they want to really see how they benefit from it and help each other out. Okay, and test each other out as well. Okay. Just like the previous WhatsApp group, you will see another sort of a barcode here. This is a Discord, and Discord is really it's a software made for the new generation. It's A little bit complex, but we will try to take an attempt to it. It's still an evolving process. It's gotten much better. I do recommend you to either click on this link or save it, the Discord link, or scan this thing. But this is simplified, and I believe it will continue to simplify a lot of things for us, because in the last 17 years we have developed a lot of material, and going through WhatsApp can make it hard. How do you find some of the useful material that you saw before, right? Discord helps us index them properly, put them in the proper group, whether it is books, notes, audio clips, video clips, everything will be there. And you'll be amazed pretty soon, like, about the wealth of information that is there. So I do recommend you save this link as well, and you join the Discord group. Okay. There is a couple of things I want to mention. When it is come to Sunday class, I don't expect you to have the camera on. You can have, because this is the nature of the conversation, right? I mean, I'm most of the time I'm talking, I'm engaging you by asking you questions, and I am asking questions to pretty much everyone. Okay, as long as you are engaged in the Sunday class, I'm totally okay with that. There is no requirement for you to have the camera on. But think about the practice session. These are like the smaller groups, and if only Sunday class works for you, amazing, you don't have to worry about it. But if you want to join and benefit with the knowledge of your peers, and if you want to join the practice sessions as well, and we'll soon talk about it, like we have over 12 practice sessions, which I'm really happy and proud of throughout the week. Okay, and these are, and we'll talk about it, these are started by people like you and me, who just showed the courage, right, that they want to take it on themselves and selflessly lead a smaller session. Okay, so the requirement for the practice session is to keep the camera on, because we want, like, genuinely engage the people. Okay, I'll talk more about it when I go to the practice session. But any questions so far? I know I just went into the thing, and so if you have any questions till now, feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question. Anyone? Okay. Oh, okay. No worries. So if you don't have any questions, we'll come to that as well. Okay. We'll come in the subsequent slides. Hopefully, once I finish my material, you may have some questions then. Okay. So another thing is, like, what are the most important things that I have noticed, whether it is language learning or learning any skill. Okay. And this is, I can tell you, from the past 17 years, like, the most important thing is rather very simple. Okay, I call them the 3C. Okay, it's consistency. Okay. um in this journey, when you're getting started, you may learn about learn Hindi in a week or in 30 days. Don't fall into that. No, you cannot learn any language, not just Hindi, any language in 30 days. You can learn some phrases around it, but generally all languages are so vast, right? And if you want to have, like, a meaningful conversation, don't get into the short term sort of success, right? About, like, just learn from some phrases. I mean, if that is the goal, that you just want to talk about basic phrases, that's a different thing. But if you want to have a reasonable understanding, consistency is very important. So I definitely encourage all of you to have a discipline. Okay, whether you want to learn 10 minutes a day, or you want to learn, like, half an hour a day. It's just like, even when you are going for fitness, like, you will not just do the gym once a week and forget the rest of the 3 weeks. So language learning is like that, right? It's a very disciplined process. Okay, if anything, it will teach you about learn any other skills as well. So make sure it's you're consistently working, and you decide the frequency of it, how frequently you want to do it, at what time of the day you want to do it, but remain consistent. Okay, consistent and curious. The second thing is community. As you start learning, you need a community. You need a community of like-minded people who can understand your pain, people who can understand your frustration. When you're thinking about sentences, it's your head, it's in your head, it's there. Like, when I ask the question, oftentimes everybody else is thinking at the same time about how to respond. But the thing is, like, when I ask a particular person, it's there in their mind, but it's not coming out, right? But anyway, so the community as is an important part of it. They will help you sort of uncover the challenges, sort of, or help you face those challenges. Okay. And I can tell you that, like, the community has HU community has grown quite a lot, like, so that will be there for you. Okay. So for that, I will facilitate that. Okay. Consistency, you have to bring it. I can mildly push you, but at the same time, it's a mutual thing, like, it's an open platform, right? So it's, and it's not like you are sitting in the university setting, even though I want to prepare the material at the same, which is same level as you're sitting in any academic university, right? But it's not like I can mandate any midterm or final term, or I can grade people, right? So that part, you have to sort of help me with that. um, the third most important thing, and it's probably the most important thing, is courage. Okay. People often think about the debate between confidence and courage. Okay. And the research shows that when it comes to really challenging and pursuing anything, courage is the extremely most important thing. Okay. As the famous Mark Twain said, it's not the lack of fear, but it's acting despite it. Okay. I will definitely help you with that. As I said, like, I put people on spot oftentimes, and I ask them questions. Okay. And it's not like I do not know that I know that they may
So
not know.
that's what. Yeah.
Just 1 minute. So it's not like, it is quite possible that they may not know the answer, but the whole point is it will help them build the courage. Okay. So it's the single most important thing while learning, any skills, if you will. Okay. And together as a community, will develop these three C's: consistency, community, and courage. Okay. Right. So now comes to the Hindi books. I gave you the pictures of the three important Hindi books. There are many, as you will gradually know. The first one is the Pingu Learns Hindi, which is the Hindi University book. The second one is from Professor Richard DeLacy. It's Teach Your sorry yes It's Rupert Snell. Teach Yourself Hindi. It's an amazing book, actually, and we have the entire video series for that. And the third one is Richard DeLacy and Sudha Joshi, Elementary Hindi. And this is what we were doing it last year at the HU. Okay, you can take a screenshot of it, or you can take, you can find them in Amazon. Okay, but you don't need to buy any of them. We will, if you don't have it, don't worry about it. We'll help you with that. Okay. What is the plan for this year? The plan for this year is really, at least for the Sunday class. Most of you who are already part of HU know that, in every class, even if any topic I'm picking up, I will still give you the basics. I always take 2 steps back. I start from the very basics and build on top of it. But the curriculum, at least for the Sunday class, is still a blended curriculum, and I do expect people to know somewhat of Hindi. Okay. If you don't know anything, if you want to still join and participate, that'll be great. Please do that. Okay. Because it will help you get into that routine of it. Okay. I will continue to follow, as far as the Sunday class is concerned, multiple books, which is basically the book from Richard DeLacy and Sudha Joshi, Elementary Hindi. Will do refer to the book Usha Jain's Advanced Hindi Grammar. Will introduce a new book, Tej Bhatia. He's a professor at the Syracuse University in New York. And then, in addition to that, we are adding a new element this year, which is like Bollywood movies, these cinemas, they influence a lot in the language as well. Okay. And just the academic learning of Hindi may not always like give you the overall understanding. There are iconic movie dialogues, scenes, and Hindi speakers, native speakers, often talk about it. And how do you sort of instill that knowledge among the HU people, right? So we will have a movie of the month. Okay, you're welcome to watch more, but we'll have a movie of the month, which is freely available on YouTube. I ask you to sort of, I'll give you this like month-long period to all of you to individually or as a group, if it works, watch it together. And fourth week of every month, basically, right? Fourth Sunday of the month, will will show the clippings of that movie, okay? And I'll develop a material around it where I will quiz you about, okay, what is happening in this scene, okay? How could you alternatively set the same thing in a simple way, okay? Idea here is like you, by the end of this year, you would have watched iconic, Hindi movies which have made significant impact on the language, and also you would have a vast way of knowing how people are sort of like saying different things, and you will you're also able to understand Hindi humor and different emotions with that. Okay. And as I said, in it, we are not just limited to the Sunday classes. Last year we had several academic professors, some of the very known personalities who have made significant contribution in the Hindi language. So Professor Rupert Snell came last year, along with him Sunil Bhatt, Professor Harish Naval. So many leading Hindi professors came in the class, and gave their explanation and motivation to the students. I expect that we'll continue to have it this year as well. Okay, so you leave that on us, and we'll worry about any of the things. Okay, and we'll make it easy for you. Okay. Any questions, comments so far? I want to make sure it's not going too fast for everyone. Feel free to unmute. Okay. If it'll come to you. Okay, so try to process it. The next thing is, I you may have heard me talk about practice sessions this term a lot. Okay, so what are practice sessions? As I said, practice sessions are, you have a Sunday class, but in addition to that, there are 12 practice sessions. Okay, and I'll walk you through this calendar. But the most important thing on this page is this link, tiny.cc/Hindi University. This is the page we have where we have different tabs, and you will see that underneath. I want you to go through at least the 2-3 of them, and if you go to the HU calendar, you will see something like this. Okay, now the time on this calendar is shown in the universal time, UTC. Okay, and you have to convert into your local time. So as you can tell, that's on Sunday you have 2 sessions. Okay, right now 8 a.m. US Pacific, you will notice that we have a class going on. Right after that, there is a conversational Hindi practice group. Okay, so from reflecting back to the previous point, what if you cannot join the Sunday class if you have some prior commitment? Well, you have a lot of things going on for the rest of the week. Okay, and as long as we know you a little bit, you can join any of those practice sessions. Okay, I'll go over this link, tiny.cc, right now, so that you can learn about how we have segmented this page. So hopefully you can see it. I'm going to make it a little bit short, so you can see it. Okay, so I definitely want you to bookmark this page, and we'll continue to augment it, but very, very gradually. If you don't know how to navigate this page, we have made a video here. You can click on it and you will know about how to navigate this page. Okay, it provides links to the books as well as how to join the Sunday class, and the books that are currently being followed, along with, here I have given the time for different time zones as well. Okay, do I have to pay for the class? No, you don't have to pay for the class. Okay, so this is the Sunday Hindi class, and then as I said, the next page you will see a lot of information, but in summary, this is it's a detail of all the practice sessions that we have. And the expectation is not that you have to join all the practice session, okay, or join any practice sessions at all. It's really like, you pick what works for you. If only Sunday class works for you, at least you do it consistently. If you want to do one Sunday class and one practice sessions, do it consistently. Okay, if you want to just try out different practice sessions and see which works for you, you're open to that as well. But the key is, don't overwhelm yourself with a lot of the information. This whole process, it should be fun. Okay, if it is not fun, we have to fix it. Okay, so I'll work with you in case if you have trouble figuring out, okay, there's too much information, how do I keep it simple. Okay, so this is the page where you will see a lot of practice sessions. This is the HU calendar, and these are the additional resources. And let's say you want to, like, there are two multiple tabs you will see, but speaking 101 and speaking 102 is sort of your the first step that you want to sometimes you want to supplement, sometimes students want to prepare ahead of time. I don't expect you, but like if you want to, you can watch some of these videos ahead of time. Okay, and that will help you as well. Okay, I won't spend too much time because we want to cover about practice sessions as well, but I do encourage you to check out this page, tiny.cc/Hindi University. Okay, let's see what. So now let's talk about the practice sessions. Okay, so pretty soon, after this slide, we will not do the broadcast, and then we have, as I said, like there are practice sessions at different levels. So I call them beginners, intermediate, and intermediate plus. Okay, there are 4 sessions that you will see. They're at the beginners level, and there are about 5 sessions you will see at the intermediate level and 2 at intermediate plus. And as we get more, we will include them here as well. The most important thing to know is, like, the practice sessions are led by amazing people. They are really taking it on themselves to lead these sessions selflessly. They are not like the academic professors. They are like people like you and me. Okay, they are really trying hard to make sure they make these sessions very engaging. So, but at the same time, there is some room for sort of like improvement, right? In cases like where you may ask certain questions, they may not know, and which is completely okay, right? And they'll get back to you. You will explore it together, right? So you have to sort of cooperate in that. So don't expect like it'll be sort of like the lectures that I do on Sunday. These are more collaborative sessions. You will be all working towards a common goal, whether it is going over a book, Pingu Sindhi, or Usha Jain introduction book, a common goal that is achieved by all of you together. Okay. Unlike the Sunday classes, these are more engaging sessions. Sundays are engaging. At the same time, in Sunday, as I said, I don't expect you to have the camera on. I just want to have your ears and the mind open. But these sessions, imagine like if you are a host of a practice sessions and everybody has their camera off, it can be very difficult for the host to have the engaging conversation. Okay, and imagine even if you sort of like if you're not talking, if you're not participating, it can be very hard for them to know. So that's why the requirement is for practice sessions at least to have the camera on. Okay, and and that's the requirement consistently for all the practice session. Now once the host, they know you, okay, and they know your genuine situation. Like we have some students been with the HU for a while, they genuinely have a problem, and your host will understand it, right? That because of certain reasons, whether it could be a cultural reason or it could be like you just don't have the camera. Okay, your host will understand it. Like, and if you have genuinely learning and participating and engaging, your host will make the exceptions, and you'll work with them. Okay, but that's a little bit about practice sessions. You will now what we'll do is, I don't want to sort of like let me come back to it. So the main room. So I don't want to share the screen, but one thing I want to mention is like just like I went over the details. We do have internal WhatsApp group as well, which is not the publicly available. And as soon as you join the Sunday classes, we do share the link of all the WhatsApp groups. And I'm gonna, when I stop the broadcast, Kelly G, she's been with us for many years, one of our amazing Hindi hosts. She will share the link soon. I do encourage all of you to join those links that we have, like the internal WhatsApp group. Okay, so that way we can plug you into the right practice sort of groups subsequently. Okay, any questions which you think may benefit everyone? Because right now I want to make sure I answer any questions you guys may have, rather than like sharing the deck. So this is your opportunity. Ask any questions you may have that I didn't cover so far. Yes, please.
Just a quick question. On the previous slide, it's up shut. What does that stand for?
Yes, it's a good question, right? So I mentioned about like throughout the year we'll have workshops as well. So workshops are like special sessions. So this year we'll have a workshop for reading, Hindi reading. Like so, it will be a very expedited session where a specialist will come. Like, and specialist could be some of the advanced Hindi students who've been learning it for a while. They'll come talk about some of the tips that have helped them expand the Devanagari script. Okay, so those are like 2-3 sessions which are very specialized, because in the Sunday classes I'm going through a particular theme, as I said, right? I mean, it's a blended curriculum, but in workshop these are special sessions, geared towards a particular topic. Okay, and this is just to kind of make it fun and engaging this year.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, awesome. Great question. Great observation, actually, because I didn't talk about the workshop. Anyone else? Any questions? Right. So we are doing great with the timing. For folks who couldn't join the session, I highly recommend you to watch the recording. And the rest of the session is not, it's only for the people who join live the Zoom, like the through Zoom. So I'll stop the broadcast, and what we'll do is based on your level, whether you think you're a beginner, your beginner means, like in this case, be generous to grade yourself. Okay, if you have not taken any classes at all, I want you to join the beginners breakout room. If you have somewhat of an understanding, even if it means like basics, very basics, you join the intermediate breakout room. And if you have learned it previously and you think you are somewhat reasonable, I want you to join the intermediate plus breakout room. Okay, each of these breakout room will have a number of practice sort of session host, but I will be there in the beginners a breakout room just to facilitate. In the intermediate level, Kelly ji will be there. In the intermediate plus, Anita ji will be there, just to kind of like help you out and make sure the host is there to talk about briefly about the relevant practice sessions. Okay, so I'm going to stop the broadcast. Right after that, I want you to let me stop the broadcast.